What up, everybody? How we doing tonight? As always, it's Chris here coming at you from Double Barrel Podcast. Let's get into an awesome single barrel live here. I have here this guy that's been sitting on the shelf for a few months, and we're going to crack him open tonight. We're also going to be trying some different bourbons with the glass challenge. Basically, what this is what flavors are any different flavors we can pull from different glasses. We have quite a few that we're going to be playing with tonight, but let's get into this fresh crack. This is one that I picked up around last Christmas time. It is an Old Forester Blue Label. This is a Total Wine & More store pick. In fact, that means I probably picked it up before Christmas. It was probably around September before I got down out in Colorado. So let's go ahead and get into this guy here. And we are going to be doing the glass test on. How's everybody out there doing? Good to see you guys tonight. Oh, it looks like bourbon. Is it bourbon? Oh, what is it? I can't read it. My phone's being weird. Bourbon. How you doing out there, guys? All right, guys, ready for this? Let's do this. Oh, that was a good cork pop. And I love the Old Forester Blue Label. It's one of my favorites. What's a good bourbon you guys have had so far this year that you haven't ever had before? What's your favorite one so far? We're about halfway. We're almost completely done with March, actually. What are you guys liking out there? What are you guys seeing and tasting? Draw in the comments. Let's talk here. We're doing the glass challenge, guys, and we're going to be testing Old Forester Blue Label. This is a fresh crack. This is one that I picked up about around September or October, and I haven't cracked it. It's a store pick, but let's get into it here. All right, you know what? Let's start with the Glencairn tonight. Let's go in for the nose here. And for all of you guys out there that just joined, let's talk about a bourbon. Drop a bourbon in the comments here that you guys have had that's been really good this year that you haven't had before that's surprised you, okay? And I'll get some guests on here pretty soon, all right? All right, cherry, a little bit of brown sugar, caramel. Ooh, I love that back hit that the Old Forester Blue Label gives you with the nut note and that good oak and smoke note. Now this one's one of my hottest ones. This one's 131 proof. Yeah, I think that's my third hottest bourbon I have, actually. What's the hottest bourbon you guys have ever drank as far as proof points go? Anybody out there had the Wyatt Earp? Thank you for the likes. I really like that. So I'm getting good caramel note up front. A little bit of vanilla out of the Glencairn, but it is finishing hard with that good like walnut nuttiness and then the good smoke note off the back. Let's go into the sifter. Now this has been a really cool glass that I've really enjoyed drinking my bourbons out of as of late. You guys ought to check these ones out. They're pretty cool. And I feel they do give a good hybrid between the two glasses, but let's get into this. Okay, not as harsh of a smell as the Glencairn. See, now this is why this gets interesting to me, is because out of this one, I'm getting more of a pop of cherry there on the front there that's coupled with the caramel. And then it's rolling back into a good, strong spice note with some oak and some smoke. But I'm losing kind of the nuttiness that I've come to really enjoy out of these guys. So that's kind of where the difference is on this one already, which is a good difference. Okay, that's good. That's really good because where I'm getting more of the dark wood notes and peanut notes and nut notes out of this one, I'm discovering more of the fruit and floral notes out of it that are coming out of it, which is good. I like that. Almost kind of want to say a little bit of like an apricot in there too. That's good. But it's this one's getting a little bit more of the spice note in it that I liked as well. That didn't get out the Glencairn. Let me grab a water real quick. But this is why some of the hotter bourbons, though, get really fun to guys like me when you get to that certain level, is because the complexity in them gets huge. However, though, don't be starting people out that are like beginner to intermediate on these things. It's not going to go over well. I promise you that. Yes, proof is flavor. I agree with that. However, though, if you do introduce people to high proof too early in the game, it can really jeopardize and cause problems with their enjoyment and their journey and their experience. I had to kind of reset Justin because he kind of never told me he never had bourbon before when we started him out on Elijah Craig B524. And yeah, there's a pilot video we still have that we probably need to release. It's about as amateur hour as it gets. It's our very first one, but he fell on. He was on the floor. All right, the neat glass. These neat glasses are actually really nice. They actually helped me get to that next level in bourbon tasting. So they're really good glasses. You ought to check them out. You can buy them on Amazon. They're literally just called the neat glass. Mm-hmm. See, and that's it right there. You want to, on some bourbons, you want to warm up. The biggest one I can tell you that I had to warm up and I had to really open my palate on was the Old Van Winkle 10 year. Now this one, enjoy alcohol. Well, that's what we do down here. We never drink and drive and we never mix our guns and alcohol. We definitely drink responsibly. Cheers. All right. This one, it has the least amount of nosing, and that's just because I think the way the glass is designed. But what I really like about the neat glass is I feel like it gives people an ability that aren't used to hotter bourbons or higher proof bourbons to drink them, because this is all right, man, I got a real mustache going on here, not just a goatee. Yeah, I'm growing the beard out. I'm doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi beard. My wife, I talked to my wife about it. She's like, yeah, go for it. Let's see what you got. Because Obi-Wan's actually my favorite Star Wars character of all time. So, anyway, here's what's interesting to me on this one. Is I'm getting the caramel, I'm getting the spice, but I'm losing a lot of the oak and smoke note. I think this glass was the best glass thank you for the Dolphins. I love the Dolphins. We'll have to set a new goal once we hit the Dolphin goal. This is the best glass, I feel like, for this Old Forester Blue Label. But here's what we got to do now. Now we're going to do something cool. We're going to smoke it. Oh, sweet. We hit our goal. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. I need to figure... Oh, we're 4 away from hitting the goal there. The Blue Label is amazing. It really is. And this was a store pick. We're going to smoke it, though. So we're going to do here... The thing. Anybody figures out how to invent something to where we don't have that happen, where we don't commit alcohol abuse with it falling down the bottle like that, you'll be a flippin' millionaire. You might even be a billionaire if you figure that one out. We're going to use the other one. We're not going to use the smoke box tonight. And then we might have a bottle kill tonight too. I love that. I love this one too. Got home last night and I was like, you know what? I just want a classic, good, old-fashioned. So I made one from scratch out of that Kentucky Owl confiscated, and I smoked it. We're going to use the collaboration. This is kind of a mixed wood chip one here, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to drop all that in there in the hopper there. Now, the reason why sometimes I like using this one is the smoke box works really, really well. However, it does kind of make a mess, and sometimes I do tend to set off the smoke detector down here. Yeah, and Cat gets a little upset. What proof is that one? This one is a 131.2. It's probably, I think it's the third hottest bourbon I have in the collection. All right, you know what we got to do now, guys? We got to burn it. All right, so we're just going to light that guy on fire right now. And let it do its thing there, guys. I'll light him up there a little bit more. There we go. Let that guy sit there for a minute. Yeah, all right. So let me show you guys another one here that we kind of want to talk about. Now, here's the other thing, though. When we talk about proof as flavor, I do agree with that, but I have found some other bourbons that are a little bit lower proof that still develop and give off really, really good flavors. And speaking of which, this Kentucky Owl Confiscated is definitely one of those ones. It's only a 96.4 proof, and so it's under 100 proof. However, though, the flavor depth and profile that it produces is really, really good, actually. It's got really good earth tones, good smoke, oak, a little bit of dark chocolate note in there, a little bit of a fruit, kind of like a cherry note in there. However, though, this one is definitely your more earthy, smoky, kind of a very wintry bourbon. However, though, I really do like this one. And what we're doing here is we're just waiting for that smoke to get in there a little bit. I think we need to put a little bit more wood in there. I don't really use this one too often. I like to use the other one, but I'm just not in the mood to smoke up the whole basement tonight. I did that last night because I did actually smoke my old fashioned. Because in Phoenix, where I'm working right now, where I'm staying, I don't have all my toys down there, and I don't have my full bar down there. Let's see here. So like I said, I posed this question to everybody. I'm going to ask it again. Drop in the comments. What's a bourbon you guys have had so far this year? We're almost at the end of March. We're almost into April. What's a bourbon this year so far that's really surprising you guys are really, really enjoying? I'm going to grab another one real quick here. And you know what? Let's look at a rye. Let's look at a rye here while this guy's sitting for a minute. You know what? We're going to pull this guy out because my buddy gave me this as a very, very late Christmas present. So we're going to get into the Rendezvous here in just a minute. We cracked it on our last live. However, this was this last run of Rendezvous, and it was really good. All right, let's pop this guy off here. Take a look at that. Look at that guy. I know you probably can't see all the smoke coming out, but this one does keep the smoke in the glass a little bit easier, though. All right. Here's the thing. If you're going to smoke bourbon, and this was really, really good, by the way. If you're going to use a smoker, choosing the right wood for the bourbon can make or break the drink. And that's why with something like this, leans more towards those dark notes, those dark chocolate, nuttiness notes, the winter notes, the earth notes that I like. I usually like to use like a walnut or a mixed nut type wood. Now, if you want something that's going to add more like of a summer kick to it, I would say like cherry's really good as well. However, the one that I find goes really, really well with rye, believe it or not, and I'll make it for you right now. We'll smoke this one. Is, believe it or not, it's pear. Now I have apple too as well, but pear for rye, because of the way rye tastes and has kind of that sweet, I'm newer to bourbon. Woodford Reserve is amazing. I have yet to have anything out of the Woodford Reserve lineup that I haven't just completely loved. Now, I love a lot of the Woodford Masters collection. The Double Oak, though, at $200, it's like, I've heard a lot of guys tell me in the bourbon community that it's just not worth it's not worth the $200. They're literally like, it's maybe worth $100. It's not worth the $200 that it's been commanding on the market. But anyway, here, I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about here. We smoked this guy with a mixed nut wood chips here. We're going to smoke this one with the pear. Pull that guy out there. We're going to smoke this one with pear wood chips. Like I said, it's all about finding that balance. If you're really liking Woodford Reserve, though, and you're trying to kind of stay budget friendly with some bourbons to try, I would probably, and guys, let's all chime in for this individual that asked this question. Let's drop some good ones that I would say probably about $50 or under. They'd be good to try. If you're liking Woodford Reserve, let me think here for a minute. I'm consulting the closet right now. Green River would be a good one. I would say the Green River selection would be good. Their full proofs are a little bit more, but if you're starting out, okay, so you do like Travelers. Okay, all right. So Travelers gets a lot of hate, I feel like, because a lot of people felt like Travelers was supposed to be the newest, latest, and greatest, which it was. It's the newest release from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Excuse me. However, when you're trying to compete against Buffalo Trace, or you're doing these new things that Buffalo Trace has come out, I mean, there is so much competition, and I feel like Travelers, for what it was good. I feel like it was kind of like, if you can get it for $30, I feel like it's priced exactly where it needs to be at the $30 mark. That being said, I do think that everybody expected Travelers to be more than what it was. Now, if you are liking Travelers, I would probably recommend like an Old Grandad 114. Jack Daniel's Bonded is actually really good if you're liking those two, a little bit on the lighter side. I would probably, if you're newer to bourbon and you're just starting your journey up a little bit, I would stay away from anything over 110 right now. Maybe experiment with some of the bourbons at 110, but I would probably stay away from anything hotter than that, just due to the fact that you don't want to turn yourself off of what you potentially could be enjoying. Okay. I got it because I was told it was close to Buffalo Trace. It kind of is close to Buffalo Trace, but I do think Buffalo Trace is a lot better. It's just like, if you don't mind me asking, where do you live at? Where are you? Where's your home? Because Buffalo Trace is becoming very, very more common now. Hold on one second. Got a sidebar.